Okay, we can lock the doors now and keep us in. No, that's not going to happen. Rest assured. My name is Enrico Colantoni, and I am super psyched to be here. But for a lot of you, that means I'm grateful to be here. But for the younger, it's like super psyched. Yeah, so welcome to CSL on the Lake. Again, I'm Enrico Colantoni. I serve as trustee on the board, among other board members who are here, wonderful, wonderful people who I met tonight for the first time. And that's the beautiful part. Seeing people on Zoom for about a year now and then finally meeting them in the flesh. It's like there's so much more when you're right next to somebody. So, of course, I'm sure we're all grateful to be here, but we need to, and we will acknowledge the land that we are meeting on. And I'm going to read this. The land we are meeting on is in the traditional territory of the many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and of course, that makes us all one. We are all one. I love that. So let's just take half a second and just acknowledge where we are with a grateful heart, and grateful for this land and for those who have stewarded it. I want to welcome all the people on Zoom. Sorry you couldn't be here. One day, on a Monday night, come on down and feel the vibe, because it's amazing. It really is truly beautiful. And at this time, I'd like to acknowledge that as we sit here in consciousness, that we become aware and we acknowledge that there is life in this room, that there is life happening, that there is divine essence in us, in everything, and everyone, and that me being one who is of that, we acknowledge that we come from this Spirit, and this Spirit moves through us, as us. We are precious, we are loving, and we recognize that as an extension of this divine Spirit, that we come here consciously. We come here with intention to gather, to feel, to become acquainted with that Spirit that is always present, that is always alive, that is always in us. And by coming here and by leaving after we hear what we hear and take what we have and bring it into the world with an awareness, with a generosity of spirit, knowing that's who we are. We come from love, we come from gratitude, we come from joy, and to become more and more acquainted with that Spirit, and with a grateful heart, to see all you here, to be here after so long. We send these words out into the infinite mind, into that mind that is hearing us, that acknowledges what we're saying, and we know that as we speak these words, it is manifest, it is happening right now, that all is well, that all is perfect, all is whole and complete, to which we say, and so it is. And so now, I would love to introduce a transformative leader and a change maker. And she's beautiful. Anania Ayodele, a leadership coach, an ancient wisdom teacher, considers herself a spiritual liberation activist. She is on a mission to influence change by inspiring institutions and individuals to create bold and meaningful change in the world through a decolonized approach to leadership as a means to equity, inclusion, reparation, and reconciliation. She believes and knows firsthand that this approach brings measurable impacts, social, political, economic. And we are very blessed to have her here today to open this space in a sacred ceremony. Anania Ayodele.
Greetings. I am so excited to be here. And, you know, Reverend Barbara and I go a way, way back. We're aging together. We're aging together beautifully, I must say. So I am tremendously honored to be able to be in this space with you and to be able to be at this opening with you and to give in my own way blessings upon what is already done. But to say thank you, because that's what we do. We affirm it and we say it is done, and so it is, ashe. So I said to Reverend Barbara, you know this place is already full and overflowing, right? No matter that we see some empty chairs in here, they are actually full. Yeah, all the chairs are taken, and there are people standing at the back and on the sides and out there, and there's a whole lot of things going on because we know that is so. I want to take this moment to give thanks to our Creator and give thanks to Most High. I want to say that my name is Anania Ayodele Ajwa because of the day I was born, and Ifayemi was my most recent initiation. So it is important to say our name because our name is our nature. And Anania means she who has purpose. Ayodele is joy has come home. And so we bring joy home into this space today. As a woman of African descent, it is important for me to make sure that I always invite the ancestors of African descent into this space as we invite all of our ancestors, because let us never ever forget how important the spirits of those who have gone before us is in what we do today. They are on spirit world, which means that they're holding in a different kind of way for us, and especially for the intention and for the mission of the space. So I want you to take a deep, nice, beautiful inhale with me. Divine Spirit, all that we are, that you are, there really is only one of us happening here. I give thanks to the Creator. I give thanks to the energies of all the directions, the energies and the spirits of the north, the energies and the spirits of the west, the energy and the spirits of the east, the energy and the spirits of the south. And we say, come with your full force and your high vibration and your fast vibration right now. Come into this space as we know it to be. It is already done. It is yours to happen. I invite the presence of my ancestors, of the ancestors of African descent, specifically in this space, because they were brought here over 400 years ago on this land. They have been here before the British. They were the second set of people on this land after our indigenous people. So I join in acknowledging this land that belongs to our indigenous nations. And so I'm going to pour libation, and what libation is in our culture is that we never open anything up, we never start anything without pouring libation, which then it's an invocation. So it invites the ancestors, it invites the spirits into our presence, so they know they have space here and that they can be here. So I know I'm supposed to have the mic because you are YouTubing, yes? Okay, so let's see how we're going to do this, because I need to hold these things. I just need, thank you. Wonderful, awesome. Thank you so much. And so so we pour. In our tradition, we pour libation. We do other things for invocation. We use cola nuts, we use gin, we use rum, we use water. We're going to use distilled water in this space. I love this jar. Reverend Marber might not get it back. This is beautiful. Yes? And so I want to pour libation to acknowledge the African ancestors who have been on this land. And so I want to first pay tribute and homage and honor to the 12.5 million Africans who were captured from their land, whose voices were taken away, whose language was taken away, whose names were taken away, who were captured and raped and beaten, stolen. I pour libation for the 12 million, and we're saying that's an estimated number. I pour libation for the 2.5 we think who did not make it across. Many of them chose to take their own lives because they refused to be captured and taken into enslavement. I pour libation for them and their courage to do so. Pour libation for over 10 million who actually did settle and come over. We pour libation for the 338,000 Africans who settled in the Americas, including right here in Toronto. And as we pour, we ask them to drink and quench your thirst. We want you to know that there are people who respect and honor your presence and your journey. Pour libation for my own ancestors, my maternal lineage, my paternal lineage. I want you to, right where you are, think about those who have gone before you. Think about your own ancestors and call their names. You may speak it out loud or you may just say it in your heart. All is well, because if we pour for one, we pour for all. Please feel free to call the name of your ancestors. Ashe, 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 Ashe. And I want to pour libation particularly for those who transitioned during these last 3 years as a result of the pandemic, of the COVID pandemic. Many of them were not able to have the usual honoring and ceremony and celebration of life that we would normally do. So I want to pour libation for them and let them know that we respect and honor their presence and their journey on this walk. I pour libation and I say, ancestors, drink and quench your thirst. We are people who respect and honor your walk. And in our tradition, my tradition, we raise our hands and we say, it is done, it is done. We raise both hands and we say, it is done, it is done, it is done. Stay with us, be with us. And I say, Ashe, 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 Ashe. Oh, thank you so very much.
Ready? All right.
Love a good intro. My name is Genevieve, and this is Dave. I welcome you all. We're going to be starting with a song called Face of God. If you aren't comfortable with the word God, please use whatever you'd like, whatever feels comfortable to you, whether that be another God or love or peace or joy, etc. All right. And please feel free to sing along with me. It's up on your screen. You will get the rhythm very quickly. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are You are the face of God. I hold you in my arms. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Beautiful singing, everyone. All right, the next song we're going to do is a song called We Come Together. I guess we should stand so everyone get on your feet, have a dance, sing with me. It's quite a simple song. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, God loves me and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love from every walk of life, every creed and color. In kinship we unite in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Clap your hands. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love.
Genevieve Trudel, Dave Matheson, woohoo! Anania. Oh, and a special shout out to a certain lovely creative person who designed the floral arrangements. Nothing comes something. Rosanna, thank you very much. And I also want to acknowledge, now that I'm finally breathing, Rev, it's like I think I'd like to start over. It's like, whoo, why didn't you just tell me, breathe, Rico, breathe. Oh my goodness. This is a one-time deal. I'm not here every Monday. No, I'm not here. It's a one-time deal. But the plants will be here, and Rev will always be here, and you will always be here. But I really do want to acknowledge Nancy. She's a member. She's our president of the board. Nancy Miranda, or Michael. Where are you, Joan? Joan is our treasurer on the board. It's like, thank you so much. Pierre, who's always there. Who's always there and present. Oh, my goodness. Michael Miranda, who's like greeted you at the door. And who else? Well, all you guys. All right. And who? Emmy, where are you, Emmy? Oh, my God. The Rev Emmy, who's just so much more beautiful in real life than you are on Zoom, my darling. It's just like, oh, my God. Yeah. Or oh, my love. Or oh, my, what? Oh, my Bob. Oh, my Bob. Okay, so I'm going to talk about our vision. And our vision here at CSL on the Lake is transforming humanity through the emergence of the sacred, authentic self. That's pretty awesome. And the mission is, I think we're doing that right now, is welcoming you as you are, where you are, without judgment or criticism. Providing a sacred place of learning and growing as you seek to achieve your greatest dreams. We accomplish this by offering science of mind classes, social events, inspiring workshops, thought-provoking services, and practitioner support. And we honor the revelation of the emerging sacred authentic self through our positive messaging and loving support. And now I think there's a little more music coming, yeah? All right, here we go. Because that's what it says. Geneviève!
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it
cannot get that on Zoom. Thank you. It's gorgeous. Before I introduce this person, who actually needs no introduction, but I wanted to thank Deja, who's in Mexico, who can see us. If we all turn around and say, "Hi, Deja, we miss you, we love you." And Miguel and Francesco, who we just met, but Miguel is like the gatekeeper of this whole establishment. He made life so much easier for us when we discovered it, and he made it felt like home, right? One of the biggest reasons why I'm here is because of this woman, and I didn't write anything because I'm just going to tell you how much I love this woman. She married Roseanne and I some 12 years ago. That's when we met. Sort of came the day before we needed to get married, and I asked my agent, "You know anybody who can marry us?" And she said, "Yes, I'll call you right back." And this voice came on the phone and said, "Yes, I'll marry you." And then cut to 10 years ago, 10 years later, when I started looking for things. And she's created this. So all you have to do is listen to her words and know that she's the real deal. She comes from joy. She comes from love. She comes from everything she preaches. Yeah. So, without further ado, what's your name again? Reverend Barbara Schreiner Trudell. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
All right, here you go.
I don't need that. Oh, look at you. I don't need that. I got my own. I got my own toys. I got my own toys. That's all I got to say about that. Well, it is so great to be here. It is so great to be able to stand here and, yeah, thank you. I'm not going to stand in front of it for very long anyway. Yeah, that's better. Phew. Yeah, I don't like those things, so I tend to wander, which, thanks, Anania. Well, I'm so delighted, and the talk tonight is creating a life that matters. And you know, it's a funny thing this morning when I got up, because what matters in our lives changes over the years. Have you noticed that? So when I was a teenager, what mattered is way different than now that I'm a senior. So I got up this morning, and what I noticed was a little zit on the corner of my nose. Oh! Well, that would have been 40 years ago. Today, it's like, whatever. It is what it is. The point of creating a life that matters is really about living your authentic self, finding your voice, finding out who you are, and then sharing that in the world with love, compassion, kindness, and respect. And it's really important that we come to understand that all of us are one. There is not 2 or 3 or 20 of us or 1,000 of us or even 8 billion of us. There is one thing going on, and we are each some part of that one thing, but there is only one thing. And so when we come to understand that creating a life that matters means that I find my voice, I find my rhythm, I find who I am, and then with love and gratitude, with patience and kindness, with respect and admiration, I welcome the world into my space, whatever that looks like. So I had a couple of quotes that I wanted to share. That's why I do have a few notes. So we're spiritual beings living out a spiritual experience in this world. Thus, the work we do also contains less obvious spiritual elements of meaning and meaningfulness, good and goodness. It's about more than a result or an outcome. So the journey that we're on, the work of my soul, is to create a life that matters. And for each and every one of us, that's going to be different. Right, we've got Francesco back here running sound, making things work. I am so grateful. There were so many moving pieces with Zoom and stuff. You are a God, thank you. Well, everybody is. But the energy of finding this space and being able to come back into in-person after the time of COVID and my time away. I know some of you in this room have actually been attending services of mine since Genevieve was attached to my leg. Do you remember that? Anania remembers, Emmy remembers. I would do my talk, and she was a little toddler, and she would hang around my leg, and I would just wander around, and she would wander with me, and it was beautiful. The joy of having a child so late in life was an honor and a privilege, and I wasn't about to tell her she couldn't come on stage when I was doing a Sunday lesson. We create our world from our own consciousness. the way we think about things, the way we look at things, all of it comes from this essence within us. And we have a choice about how we view life. I did a memorial service yesterday out at Beechwood Cemetery, and we talked about how when the end comes, how challenging that can be for us and how much pain that can cause for those of us who remain. But the reality is that everything is in transition. Everything in the manifest world is changing. None of it can stay the same or will stay the same forever and ever. It's always moving, changing, and altering. What does remain the same is the very essence of who I am, the very essence of who you are. That is the constant. There is no beginning or end to that. It has always been, always will be, and continues from now to forever. So as we're journeying along, what we want to do is we want to figure out who we are. Well, Genevieve obviously loves music. Dave obviously loves music, right? Nancy obviously loves to cook and paint and do Reiki and be my board president, and oh my goodness, she does everything. Every day is an opportunity to embark on a personal journey to make meaning in our lives. So we have a choice. When we look at life around us, we can go, oh, this is a problem, and that's a problem, and I don't like this, and this is horrible. And like I talked last week, some things are inconvenient and some things are a problem. But what I want to talk about today is the fact that we are all creating our world based on how we view it, right? My perception of reality is mine, and it may not be the same as yours. We may all leave here tonight and have like 80 different opinions of what occurred today. And for those of you on Zoom, I don't know how many people are on Zoom today, but for all of you, you may have a different experience tonight as well. But we're all in this together, and so as we find our own authentic path, as we begin to wake up to who we are, we begin to create a life that matters. Not to someone else. It's not my responsibility to live my father's dream for me. It's not my responsibility to live my mother's dream for me. Well, before she passed, she was praying for me to get out of this cult. And I said, well, it can't be a cult because they tell me to think for myself. You know, because it's a crazy thing, right? Think for yourself. Come up with your own idea of your life. So this journey that I've been on is about finding my own passion and purpose, finding my strength and my ability to simply love. Because that's the only thing I can do is love. So I choose day by day and moment by moment to do that to the best of my ability. And some days I'm really successful at it. And some days I bomb, right? No. I paid her to say that, So we have to understand, like when we talk about, I know a lot of people are reluctant to hear the word God sometimes because we have been raised with a model of what that is. Some white guy with a big beard in the sky sitting in an easy chair passing judgment. That's not what we teach here. We teach that there's one power in the universe, called by many names. But none of those names can actually describe what it is. It is an infinite power and presence that permeates all life everywhere, even this music stand, the flowers on the stage, all of it is this one energy. And it manifests in form by vibrations. And the vibration for me is going to be different than the music stand, hopefully. Otherwise, y'all will be snoring soon. But the journey that we're on is to find that for ourselves. Now, I found my moment when I was 27 years old. And at that time, I was in a Nazarene church. I went there because I thought I could get somebody to like me if I went. We do that sometimes. It's like, I'm going to find my way into this person's life. They're going to like me because I'm going to spend an hour putting up with whatever it is that's going to happen in this place. I wasn't raised with religion. I didn't know anything about it. And so I went to this church service. And in that church service that night, I had an epiphany moment that changed my life forever. I walked in there, the only way I could describe it is I was in complete darkness. I had no idea, right? Me, 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 me. Anybody know that song? Me, 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 me. And when I walked out of there, it was like the lights had been turned on. Somebody had flipped a switch, and all of a sudden I had this deep experience that God is love. This energy filled every cell of my being, and from that moment forward, I could do nothing else. Everything was about seeking a greater understanding, a deeper wisdom. And so I've done that. I've done all manner of different things trying to find that way. And CSL was the one thing, or New Thought for that matter, because verity and unity, all of it has taught me the power of life. That, yeah, the power of life. And what I'm seeing, you know, I'm so grateful Reverend Lemetria is here tonight from Verity Center for Better Living, and many of you are from Verity Center. I'm so grateful for my Verity family to be here. And what I love is that we're teaching the power of our thoughts and words to create our life experience. The universe works for us by working through us. It isn't sitting up in a cloud passing judgment upon us. It is actually being right here going, come on, I know you can, I know you can. You can do it. Step up, step out, step into your power, your presence. See yourself in the light of day and you will know who you are. You will know who you are. One of the quotes that I have here is from Parker Palmer. Before you tell your life what you intend to do with it, listen for what it intends to do with you. Before you tell your life what truths and values you have decided to live up to, let your life tell you what truths you embody, what values you represent. When we stop doing for a moment and allow ourselves to be in meditation, in prayer or treatment, to quiet our minds and be in that silent space, when we allow ourselves to listen for that whisper, sometimes comes like a sledgehammer, but we'll call it a whisper. Right, Perry? He thinks I don the sledgehammer. What do you think, Rico? Do I? Yeah, okay. What can I say? What can I say? Sometimes you just got to tell the truth and do it quickly, right? Lemetria knows this. She's Genevieve's spiritual mom. I'm her birth mom. You know, like you got to have lots of moms that keep you going, keep you going. So it's important that we understand that there's a law that is operational, and this law does not pass judgment. It doesn't think about anything. It simply responds. And what it responds to is what we believe about life. So the law of attraction is that who I am is what I'm going to attract to me. So if I'm angry and miserable and upset and frustrated and annoyed, guess what? That'll be my group. Everywhere I go, I will find opportunities for that to be my reality. Am I talking to you, Marge? For sure, for sure. So this journey is really, can I find myself? Can I fall in love with myself? Can I create a life that matters? And a life that matters includes all people. I really wanted to have, you know, even an Indigenous drum group here tonight, and I wasn't able to make it happen, but that will happen down the road because I want to include all traditions. I want us to see that there's so many ways to express our spirituality, to express that divine goodness that's within us. And when we open our arms to everyone, we create a community. We create a world that works for the highest and best good for all. And that's what I seek. I seek a world that is peaceful and loving, respectful and kind, and it has to start here. And for each one of us who's seeking that same thing, it can't start out here, it has to start here. And so when you're looking in the mirror, I invite you to say, I love you, 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 100 times I love you. Can you say that to yourself? Yeah. Look in the mirror and go, wow, look what God created. I get up some mornings, you know what mornings can be like? And I'll look at Pierre and go, took me all night. What do you think? It's good, eh? So this journey that we're on, it should be full of laughter and love. It should be filled with fun and excitement. We should be connecting with each other, hugging each other, holding each other, being with each other, because we've been starved of that for the last couple of years. Not being able to touch another person or to be in the same room with someone, this distance that we had to do to create health, it really was something. But the reality is that each one of us is a powerhouse. Each one of us has a gift and a talent. Everyone is created unique and special. The journey? So we're moving along in life trying to find our way and our path. And I sometimes hear people say, well, I don't know what mine's to do. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. It's a lie that we tell ourselves. But I don't know what it is I'm here to do. Yeah, actually you do. It's just there's something in the ego mind or in that conscious state that goes, oh, I don't think I could do that. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Ooh, that seems too much, too big, too... But what if? What if who you are is so essential to the unfolding of the universe at this point in time that you bringing your light into the world not only matters, but it actually changes everything for everyone? You are the path to peace, to love, to freedom. You are the generation of creation and hope. You're the ones who will create a world that our teenagers can grow up in and excel in and be who they really are. And as we remind each other that we have a gift to give, it was given to us at our birth or even before that. We came into this life with some little something that was ours to do, ours to be. And as we bring that into the world, we begin to live from a different state of consciousness, a different reality, and we find harmony, peace, success, and fulfillment. Each one of us has that. It's not about how much money you make or how much fame you have. It's not about where you go on your vacation or what kind of car you drive. It's none of those things. It's not even about what you wear. In the Science of Mind is written, there's an inner meaning to everything, a hidden cause within every visible effect. So everything we see in our lives, everything we see in our world, whether it's our health, it's our prosperity, it's our relationships, all of it begins in mind. What I think about, I bring about. Where I focus my attention, that's what I create in the world. I invite you to look in the mirror and get excited. You know, in the morning when you first look in the mirror, maybe play the Rocky. Do you know that Rocky? Yeah. I'm a champion. How about you? Are you ready to run up those stairs and jump and scream and yell and go, yes, I'm here, I'm present, I'm alive, I'm well, and woo, I'm going to take the world by storm. Are you ready? Are you ready to create a world that is powerful, positive, productive, dynamic, one that makes life better for everybody? Are you ready for that? Yeah? You ready? Well, I'm ready for that, and I think that as we move forward, this journey of life and living is really about being present. What is, what is cannot be changed. But how I think about what is creates my next reality. So I invite you to check in with your thinking, check in with what you believe, check in with the journey that you're walking and see if you can just come to that place of going, I'm alive, I'm on this side of the grass, hallelujah, hallelujah. And I'm going to try to make this world a better place. Yes, and that's what we're here to do, create a world that is beautiful and loving and fun and interesting. And I'd like to invite our board members to come up on stage, please. Nancy, Enrico, and Joan. And at this time, I'm going to throw my notes on the floor because I don't like them anyway. I'll tell you, I got this little ear set mic because I used to use those ones that have the packs. And inevitably, more often than not, they would slip off my dress and be hanging down between my calves. And you try to pull it up, and it hooks the back of your dress, and, well, you know, you just leave it dangling and go, well, everybody, have a laugh, and let's move on. Well, today I'm really excited to talk about the education arm of what it is we do here at CSL, because we have a lot of students who are now training to be practitioners. I've trained numerous ministers in the past and practitioners, and I'm really delighted that we're creating this energy in this school moving forward. And I was inspired by Reverend Lemetria, who created the Evan Winston Reed Academy, the Empowerment Academy, the Empowerment Academy. And I thought, wow, we should have an arm of our organization that honors someone who came here with me in the beginning. Reverend Connie Phelps is a woman who passed away a short time ago and will be greatly missed in our world. But she came with me to Toronto, and her and I started CSL Toronto, the first leg of it, and she served with me for about a year. She moved on to Winnipeg to pastor there, and then she decided to start a center in Kamloops, BC, and she did that. And then she had another idea. Maybe I should start one in Kenya, and she did that. And Kenya's still running strong and beautiful and doing really, really well. And so I decided to kind of copy you, Lemetria, a little bit, and created the Reverend Connie Phelps Emerging Leaders Academy. So, yes. Connie and I, when we first got here, we'd only been here for a couple of months, and we soon came to realize by a happy accident that we are second cousins. We went through our entire ministerial training together. We had no idea. We had no idea. And so it is my honor to have her be the representative of the leadership that we are creating here. So tonight what I want to do before we close is I want to give out the certificates to the remarkable people who have already accomplished many of the classes that we've been offering in the last 9 months. It's hard to believe it's only been 9 months. So I want to first introduce to you the remarkable board of directors, your group, your ones that keep things on the rails. Nancy Miranda, our board president. Yes. Joan McKillop, who is our board treasurer. And Enrico Colantoni, who is, of course, our trustee, one of our trustee members. And then Deja Beltran, who is our administrative assistant. She also is a non-voting member, but serves as the secretary to the board. Yeah. So we're really, really fortunate. So I wanted to give out these certificates. So there are a few of you in the room whose names will be called, but I'm going to start, because I did it alphabetical, Enrico Colantoni.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Rosanna Colantoni. Well, even if you stand in the front here, that probably, but you have to stand and accept your applause. Yeah, go ahead. Deja Beltran, who's in Mexico. Yay, Deja. Joan McKillop. Lucy Sinacropi. Pierre Trudel up in the balcony. I'll give it to you later. I know where you live. My eldest daughter, Arlene Vernon, who is in Calgary, Alberta. One of my great students, always on the Zoom call, Richard Ward, congratulations. Marjorie Wingrove. Thank you. No, I took it off because I couldn't wear it with this. Oh, it was on the floor. Oh, my earring was on the floor. I'm really excited about what we're accomplishing here and how quickly we're accomplishing it. It feels a bit like a miracle, but I'm so very grateful. Thank you to all of you. You are the reason that we are where we are. So God bless you all. I love you. I love you. I love you.
You did it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll tell you, forever the comedian. Every group needs one. I happen to have 2 of them here tonight. Or no, is that 3? Oh, 4? Oh my goodness. Keep counting. Well, at this time in our service, I just want to acknowledge that we do accept an offering. It is not required, but we do accept one. And you were given programs and little donation envelopes. And I invite you, if you choose to give, that we have a, do we have a slide on giving? I can't remember what our giving affirmation is. Give with love, give with grace. Oh, there it is. So this is a time for sharing our abundant good. So if you want to say with me, I receive with gratitude. I use what I receive. I share with love. The law of circulation is active in my life now. I am grateful. All is well. And we move it forward. We receive your lovely donations with gratitude and respect. We share it with the world through donating to various places. We donated last month to PWA, to the New Thought Media Organization, and one other place. Climate Healers. Climate Healers. So we'll be setting our tithes this month somewhere else. So if there's some charity, some organization that you'd love for us to support, please let us know. Send us an email, and we will send our love out. We receive it, we use it, and we share it. Well, you can give in a number of ways. You can do an e-transfer. We got a debit machine at the back, and you can go onto our website and give through Tithely. And whatever it is you give or not, we're so grateful for your presence and your being here today. So as we close this evening, I want to close with just a beautiful, what I call spiritual mind treatment. And I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable and join with me in consciousness. There is one infinite creative intelligence in the universe, one divine energy that is fully present everywhere at all points in space. It is all powerful, all knowing. And it is right here where I am. It is right there where you are. It is the energy of life, of love. It is the light of the universe. And as each one of us acknowledges, accepts, and allows that energy to flow and to move through us, we create a world that is transformed and changed. And for that, I'm deeply, deeply grateful. So I'm grateful for this time together. I'm grateful for the love of this community. I'm grateful for the beauty of this moment. I'm grateful to be back in a space where we can do this. And I'm just grateful for this moment in time. So filled with love and light, peace and joy, I release these ideas into the law of mind. It is done. And so it is. Ashe.
All right, this one, lyrics are a little tough, don't you think? It's a little. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Got it? Everyone's got it? Good? Thank you for this day. Yeah. Healing, all right. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing.
I just want to say a great big thank you to my beloved sister, Anania. Oh my God, my sister, my love. I'm so grateful for your presence, so grateful that you could be here and join us tonight. Thank you all for being here. We have coffee, we have juice, we have iced tea, we have water. Please stick around and have a chat. I love you. And for those of you on Zoom, I love you. Have a wonderful week.